Hello everyone, this is Anik here from Nebeski Labs. So today we'll be talking about parameters, so adding parameters into Modbus devices. So when I say parameters, I mean the parameters which are present in the industrial devices. So these devices can be anything. It can be ranging from energy meters to VFDs. In today's case, we are using a PLC. So I have already added and configured the PLC. So we'll be adding a parameter here. So let's dive into parameters. So before diving into that, since it's a Modbus device, as we know that Modbus contains a coil or a register. So register can be a holding register or an input register. If you are not sure about the Modbus protocol, maybe you should not proceed with this video, and we'll be coming up with explanation of Modbus in a later video, I guess. So if you're good to go, so we'll be proceeding with this. So let's give a name. Let's say test param. The byte format is big Indian. So the byte format here means whether the least significant bit or the most significant bit is in the front. That's how it is. So there we support both big Indian and little Indian notations. So unit, I'd not be giving anything. Let's leave that blank. Correction factor, I'd be giving 1. So what does the correction factor means? So in certain cases when Modbus is concerned, so that value which would be coming, that would be coming in unsigned int, so it doesn't have a point or anything, right? So correction factor is something which will get multiplied with the value to give you an exact thing, right? So for example, in case of voltage, the value might be 23045. However, the voltage currently might be 230.45 volts. So here the correction factor is 0.01, right? So that's how the correction factor works. So the next thing is the latency. Latency here means that so what NTO does is our edge computing hub will take the data. So whenever the data changes, it would be logging it. So in case there is no change in data, for example, the voltage or the consumption or any other parameter remains unchanged for a certain time, so it would anyway log the data. So here ideal latency is hourly. That means if the parameter value is not changing in an hour, it will anyway log that this is the value which we have taken hourly. Okay. So the next part is entropy. So here you have other options as well. So you can choose as it fits you. So that depends on the parameter really. Okay. Coming to entropy, what is entropy? So entropy is the disturbance that we want to note. So for example, if there's a value or the parameter that we are monitoring, so if there's a change in a certain amount, that change has to be noted, and based on the change it will be logging the data in our cloud or processing the data. So for example, if I am talking about voltage, I want to record every change for that has a range of 1 volt, plus minus 1 volt. So if it's 230 to 230, if it changes, the value changes from 230.45 volts to 231.45 volts, we have a delta of 1, right? So if we do want to monitor these kind of minuscule changes, that's where we put the entropy as 1. If we are okay with that, suppose I don't want to have that granular approach to data, I'd be going ahead and saying that okay, if there's a change of 5 in the voltage, I'd be going ahead and recording it. In that case, I'd put an entropy of 5. So it will only record when it is reaching 235 or it is having 225. So there's entropy of 5 here. So I'd be going with entropy of 1, so that I can monitor any minuscule change that is there. Here it's I'd be going with holding registers. You have the option of going with input registers or coils as well. So here I have configured the PLC to have a holding register. So let's give the value of 3 and an offset of 1 because I have configured only one register. So what does data processing means? Data processing is something which will help NTO to understand what kind of data is NTO dealing with. So this parameter can be divided roughly into two kind of categories. For example, if a parameter is about a current, so we are noting down what is the current, or we are monitoring the current consumption in a VFD or in some energy meter, right? So in case of current, if we see it on a daily basis, right? So if we sum it up at the end of the day, what was the current consumption? So how would you look at it? So you generally would look at it, okay, this is the average current consumed by the device. So that's how you did the processing. So that was an average processing. So let's take a case of kilowatt hour, or the consumption that is there. So at the end of the day, if you are trying to note what is the consumption, you would deduct the consumption that had happened in the beginning of the day with the data that you're having at the end of the day. So the difference that you're having, that's the consumption value. So this is the other category that we can put data processing in. So this is just for the entire system to understand what kind of parameter it is dealing with. So here I would put an average by default. And okay, so coming to register size. So what does register size means? Modbus generally supports a 16-bit register, but in certain cases, new devices, they have gone for 32-bit registers as well. So depending on the register size, you can choose long or short. Long would mean that you're using a 32-bit register. Short would mean it's a 16-bit register. So currently I'm using a 16-bit one. I'll be going with short. And this is something, so restrict user access. So this is what system integrators or engineers can use to restrict access from user. So if I put this, the user, so NTR has two different views. One is for the user and one is for the power user or the system integrator. So if I do this, the user will not be able to see this parameter, right? So I will currently I'll uncheck and I'll create. So once I do that, as you can see, the thing is created. You can see the address is 3, the offset is 1. You can view the trends from here. So currently it's 0. We don't have any data to show, right? And that's all. And if I download the usage table, it will give me a PDF of that data and a CSV file as well. Let's not open the CSV file. So currently when I created the parameter, the data is 0 right now. And let's create another parameter. So we already have things entered. I would enter a value of 1 only. Let's take this one. Let's change the address to 1. I have another one configured. So this is also a test parameter. However, I'd be going with Little Indian, and here I have configured the register size to be long, right? So if I create this, so yeah, the data is coming and I can see the trend. So that's it. We have the data here, and that's all. Thanks for watching.